Well, I guess the one thing I'd say is don't take it. Sometimes you want to take it personal. That it's like, I'm liking my idea, or it's like you gotta just let it. You gotta let it get out there and appreciate that other people have a different point of view. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just a different point of view.
The other thing that I think has really helped on decision making is we are consistently putting in evaluation periods. So let's take a look next week to see how that worked out, or let's in 6 months let's see if we're in the right course. And if we're not, we can change directions. And I think that's helped people who maybe aren't on board. It's like, okay, let's learn more about this, and then I know we're going to have another opportunity to make a more educated decision once we get some experience behind it.
Adaptive, iterative process.
It really helped. And I don't think we were consistently doing that. So when we make a decision, people are like, this is happening forever. And when you throw it out there, no, let's take a look at it this day and just make sure we're on track. And then I think there's some more openness to see where we go.
I really like this philosophy of test and learn. So, okay, we can try it. Let's see what happens. And then I saw a video yesterday that was really good. It was, let's run the experiment, which is essentially the same thing. In most cases, I think sometimes when you're younger, you feel like, oh, there's only one way to do this. But it's like, we do things a lot of different ways today, and you get good results. There's really not, there's a few things where, right, there's a perfect way to do something, or a certain way everything has to be done.
That's great. That's super.
And it's paradigm too, right? It's pizza. It should be pepperoni or should it be spinach? Everybody's different.
I do have a question. You guys said you're constantly looking and reading new books. Have you guys read Start With Why by Simon Sinek?
Yeah, I've listened to his TED Talks,
Yeah.
but I have not read the book.
It's really good.
It is good.
I just
like
finished
it. Yeah.
it. I suggested it to one of the head guys at the Quality Deer Management Association, and they're a pretty innovative group, and they're re-looking at a bunch of stuff and how they communicate it out. So I'd highly recommend it. It fits in very well with who you guys are, and I think it will just help kind of put the message out there even better and repower what you're already doing well.
I think you're right on. And it's pretty. I think it's really powerful.
Yeah.
From the 15-minute TED Talk that I listened to.
So I'm putting on a 2-day seminar with some of my deer co-op guys, and the whole focus and undertone of the entire event is why. Just because of what we've seen, the value add of being able to explain that and understand what that means, and I think that when you're promoting things.
That's awesome. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think Kurt said it last week. So your timing's great.
I'm curious, really quick, just what the title of this colors thing is, because we've done the disc assessment, and I'm familiar with Myers-Briggs and all sorts of things. So I haven't heard of colors. What is it called?
It's called True Colors.
True Colors? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to look it up later.
True Colors. And we just did another one last week that was called Standout.
Really?
If you Google Marcus Cunningham
Okay.
and his Standout, that one I think we were able to get a little link to do it for free, but it's like $15 per person. So he has 9 different areas that he's.
Yeah. So the Standout, as Brian said, is 9 characteristics of who you are, and the colors is just more of an elementary, like blue, green, gold, and orange. Sorry. It's so simple that I can't even remember. But just the 4, because at least what we have found here is that trying to keep it simple and people can connect to it a little bit easier. But we're taking a look at this other one because it's a little more detailed, gives you more information about it. So it's good. So this Cubby 101 group that went up, we do Cubby and then we do the colors thing when we're on the island. And that's pretty cool. My son's on the trip and he hit me and he's like, okay, I'm a gold and I'm a blue and that's what I am. I was like, yeah, I know, I've been telling you that. I didn't know what that was good. So you can kind of connect a little bit more.
That's cool.
So once you figure out your color, do they have to signify it somehow? So when you're working with somebody, you know what they are, or do you it just brings awareness so you know what traits to look for?
Like I think the Standout one, like they'll say you should put your top 2 characteristics so people know who you are and kind of how you tick a little bit. And we haven't gone to that level, but I think we do try to make sure people can do that. And then they do the same thing with customers. These customers are gold. They're very detail oriented. They want all this information. This one's blue. Like they want this personal connection. And feel really good when they leave.
Okay, so you're even using it with the customers then too.
Yeah, sure,
somewhat.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
self-diagnosis, awesome.
Yeah.
One thing that we did at our academy training that I thought was really interesting is we broke up, so DISC is for different personality things as well. We broke up into our 4 groups and they had different questions about different things. And we had to explain from our perspective what we felt about how the other group did something different or what values and traits that they held